when the world grows silent and the weight of life becomes too heavy to carry. There comes a moment in the middle of the night when the soul begins to whisper what the mouth can no longer say. It is in that darkness, when fear walks through the mind and uncertainty presses against the heart, that a midnight prayer becomes more than words. It becomes survival. There are nights when tears fall without sound, when battles are fought behind closed doors, and when exhaustion reaches deeper than the body. Yet even in those broken moments, there is a strange peace waiting quietly in the shadows, reminding us that we are never truly abandoned. Protection does not always arrive like thunder. Sometimes it comes like a calm breath in the middle of panic. Sometimes it comes as strength to endure one more hour, one more storm, one more painful memory. Peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the courage to stand while everything around us shakes. The midnight prayer is the cry of a weary spirit asking for light when the path ahead cannot be seen. It is choosing faith when fear feels stronger. There is power in lifting a tired heart toward heaven while the rest of the world sleeps. In that sacred silence, chains begin to break inside the soul. Wounds hidden for years begin to heal slowly. Fear loses its voice. Hope rises again. And somewhere between the tears and the prayer, a quiet reminder enters the heart. No darkness lasts forever. Morning always comes. And those who keep praying through the night often discover they were being carried even when they felt completely alone. There are battles that nobody sees. Battles hidden behind forced smiles, quiet rooms, and sleepless nights. Midnight has a way of revealing the pain people try to bury during the day. When everything becomes silent, the heart finally speaks. Regret becomes louder. Fear grows heavier. Memories return without warning. It is often in those lonely hours that a person feels the most unprotected, standing face to face with worries too deep to explain. The darkness outside begins to feel like the darkness within. Many people carry wounds they never talk about. They walk through crowded places feeling completely alone. They fight anxiety while pretending to be strong. They hold families together while falling apart inside. And when midnight arrives, the weight of all those hidden struggles settles heavily upon the soul. The world sleeps peacefully while some hearts quietly break in silence. Yet those painful moments are often where the deepest transformation begins. The midnight struggle is not proof of weakness. It is proof that the soul is searching for strength. Every tear carries a story. Every silent cry carries a longing for peace. In those moments, people begin to realize that human strength alone is not enough. Something greater is needed to calm the storm within. The silence of midnight can feel terrifying, but it can also become sacred. It becomes the place where a tired spirit finally stops pretending. It becomes the place where fear is confronted honestly. And sometimes, it becomes the very moment when a broken heart discovers that even in complete darkness, it is still being watched over, protected, and gently guided toward peace. Fear has a way of entering quietly. It slips into the mind during difficult nights, filling the heart with questions that have no immediate answers. Uncertainty can make even the strongest person feel weak, turning simple worries into heavy burdens that steal sleep and peace. There are moments when life feels completely out of control, when the future looks unclear and every problem appears larger in the darkness. In those moments, prayer becomes more than a habit. It becomes a lifeline for the soul. A sincere prayer spoken in the middle of fear carries a different kind of power. It allows the heart to release emotions that have been trapped for too long. The pain may not disappear instantly, and the storm may not end overnight, but something begins to change within. The heart slowly becomes calmer. The breathing becomes steadier. The mind that was once overwhelmed begins to feel surrounded by comfort that cannot always be explained with words. Healing often begins in silence. It begins when a tired soul finally admits its fears instead of hiding them. Prayer creates a space where broken emotions can breathe freely without judgment. It reminds the heart that weakness does not mean defeat. Even during uncertainty, there is still hope waiting beyond the fear. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not that every problem disappears immediately, but that peace enters the heart while the battle is still raging. That quiet peace gives strength to continue, courage to endure, and faith to believe that even the darkest nights cannot last forever. Many people spend their lives chasing peace in perfect circumstances. They believe peace will come when the problems disappear, when the pain ends, when the finances improve, or when every unanswered question finally makes sense. But life rarely becomes completely quiet. Storms arrive without warning. Disappointments appear even after moments of joy. Challenges continue to test the heart again and again. If peace depends only on perfect conditions, then peace will always feel temporary and distant. True peace is born within the soul. It is the strength to remain steady while everything around you feels uncertain. It is the ability to breathe calmly in the middle of chaos and trust that difficult seasons will not last forever. Inner strength does not mean a person never feels fear or sadness. It means they refuse to let fear control their spirit completely. Even while carrying pain, they continue moving forward with faith. There are people who smile while carrying invisible battles, not because life is easy, but because they have discovered a deeper kind of peace that circumstances cannot steal. They understand that external struggles may shake the world around them, but they do not have to destroy the hope within them. That kind of peace becomes a shield during hard times. The strongest hearts are often built in silent battles nobody else can see. Every difficult moment teaches endurance. Every painful night teaches patience. And through every storm, the soul slowly learns that real peace is not found in a perfect life, but in the quiet confidence that even during hardship, there is still purpose, strength, and light ahead. Faith often feels strongest when life makes the least sense. It is easy to believe when the path is clear, when prayers seem answered quickly, and when peace surrounds every moment. But true faith is revealed during the nights filled with uncertainty, when the future cannot be seen and the heart feels overwhelmed by fear. Darkness has a way of testing the soul. It challenges every ounce of hope and pushes the spirit to its limits. Yet it is within those painful moments that faith begins to grow deeper roots. There are seasons when everything appears to fall apart at once. Doors close unexpectedly. Strength begins to fade. Tears become private conversations in the middle of the night. During those moments, many people feel abandoned, wondering if anyone truly sees their pain. But faith is the quiet decision to keep believing even when no immediate answer appears. It is the courage to keep praying while carrying unanswered questions. Darkness can either destroy hope or strengthen it. Some of the strongest souls are created in moments when giving up seemed easier than holding on. Faith does not remove every storm instantly, but it gives the heart the strength to survive it. It becomes a light that continues shining even in the deepest valleys of life. The hardest battles often produce the greatest spiritual growth. Pain teaches dependence, waiting teaches patience, silence teaches trust, and somewhere in the middle of sleepless nights and silent prayers, the soul begins to understand that faith is not built during comfortable seasons. It is built when a person continues walking forward, even while surrounded by darkness, believing that light is still waiting ahead. There are moments in life when the pain feels unbearable, when the heart grows tired of fighting battles that never seem to end. Some nights feel so heavy that even breathing feels difficult. Fear whispers that nothing will ever change, and hopelessness tries to convince the soul that it has been forgotten. In those dark moments, many people stand at the edge of giving up because the weight they carry feels greater than their strength. Yet even in the middle of that brokenness, hope continues to exist quietly, waiting to rise again. Hope does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it appears as a small feeling deep within the heart that refuses to die. It is the unseen strength that keeps a person moving forward one step at a time, even when they cannot see the full path ahead. Protection often works the same way. It is not always visible immediately, but many times people later realize they were being guided through dangers they never even noticed. There are blessings hidden inside survival itself. Every difficult night that did not destroy the soul is proof that unseen strength has been carrying it forward. Even when life feels unbearable, the story is not finished yet. Pain may last for a season, but it does not have the power to last forever. The human spirit is stronger than it realizes. After every storm, healing slowly begins to appear. After every dark night, morning eventually rises again. And through every moment of fear and exhaustion, there remains a quiet reminder within the soul that protection still surrounds those who continue to hold on to hope, even when they can barely see the light ahead. So tonight, no matter how heavy the burden feels or how dark the road may seem, remember that silence does not mean abandonment. The battles fought in secret are still seen. Every tear, every sleepless night, every whispered prayer carries meaning. Fear may surround the mind, but it does not have the authority to control the soul forever. There is still strength rising within the broken places. There is still peace waiting beyond the storm. Even when life feels uncertain and the future cannot be clearly seen, hope continues to breathe quietly inside the heart, reminding the spirit to keep going. The darkest nights often become the birthplace of the strongest faith. Pain may shake the soul, but it can also awaken courage that was hidden deep within. Every struggle survived becomes proof that something greater has been carrying the heart through moments that should have destroyed it. Healing takes time, peace grows slowly, and protection sometimes works in ways the eyes cannot immediately understand. But one thing remains certain: no storm lasts forever, and no darkness has the power to stop the arrival of morning. Keep praying through the midnight hours. Keep believing when fear tries to silence hope. Keep standing even when exhaustion tells you to fall. Because the same night that tests the soul can also transform it forever. The night may be dark, but the light that is coming is far more powerful.